your tire.
I have a flat. It's probably all the wood running I did earlier.
Anybody who just joined in, we just left Yifki. We're only about 15 or so miles from Wanakipa, which is our next stop. If you want to spawn in there, you're more than welcome to.
All you speed demons in your 208s.
How's that Islander holding up?
Good, I'm about 150.
Alright, that's about what I'm pushing. Let's slow her down just a little bit.
We can slow down.
Switch to VR in a second and see what that looks like.
Oh man, for me it's great today.
Well, I have an Oculus, but I bought a Reverb G2, played with it about a week, and the cable's already gone bad on it. I gotta call them tomorrow for a new cable.
Yeah, I tried yesterday. I'm on the link cable with the Oculus now, and it's the first time yesterday I tried it, and it's working well. They have a new update, and it works with the new OpenXR much better.
Yeah, I use nothing but AirLink now with the Oculus.
Yeah, well, AirLink for me is not unstable, and I have I'm right beside my router, and for me, virtual desktop is more stable.
Oh, okay.
But now with the cable link, it's amazing. It's really nice.
What Oculus are you using?
Quest 2.
Quest 2.
You can use that with this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man,
it's
I've
great.
got one sitting in a cabinet.
I just have a
It's
riff.
so smooth right now.
Yeah, they've really worked on the Quest 2 in the last 90 days and really got it where it's smooth.
How do you use it with this?
The link cable, your Oculus software, or you use AirLink to go wireless.
With the Oculus software too.
I'm gonna have to try that out after this.
My CV1 is going to stay in the closet where it belongs.
What's a CV1?
The first Oculus, Oculus Rift.
Yeah, you know, you don't even need the 256 version. Just the 64 meg is perfect for this. Save $100.
Yeah, that's what I got too. I have nothing else. I just play, and my wife does Beat Saber, so it's empty.
My 3-year-old grandson likes to play with it. We look at dinosaurs with it.
I guess.
So just a little bit of a note on the fundraiser. Ryan has been tied into the GoFundMe as the beneficiary, so at any moment he will withdraw that. We technically have reached our goal. He had somebody else donate a little bit directly to him. So we're covered. It would still be nice to reach that goal, considering it was the goal that we put out, but it's not technically necessary right now. But so the news on Munbil right now is they have like a rudimentary sawmill going on there that has been kind of acting up, but I think they've got it running again. There's a pilot going out this week coming to land at Munbil, and Ryan's going to inquire on the status of everything. So hopefully we'll have some more news very soon coming this week on where we're at with this project.
Cool. Now Ryan's the pilot. We can watch his videos, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen some. That's really cool work that he does.
It's pretty dang cool. That's one of the things that I've kind of enjoyed is watching him landing some of these places that we land in frequently, and just kind of seeing how he goes through the approach and how we kind of go through the approach, and it's fun to try to kind of mimic it in some ways. I mean, some of it's not exactly because the sim isn't, that far ahead. It's still in infancy, so there's still the little quirks with the model that I can't exactly replicate.
Like the rivers on the side of the mountain.
Like the rivers on the side of the mountain.
Oh, they don't have that in real life?
No.
What? They're not really like that.
Well, I grew up in Papua New Guinea, and yeah, no, they don't.
I'm a city boy,
Alright, we're coming up on Wanakipa right now. We're gonna follow this river valley along this the edge of this mountain to our right up until not this first valley that shoots off, but the second valley, and it's going to be a straight in approach on that valley. Should have about a mile and a half of final coming off the river, going up the little tributary. So not this one, the next little river. Runway elevation for Wanakipa is 2255.
You got a little close to those trees.
Yeah. Alright, and here's our turn. Make a left-hand turn. Straight in final.
C'est au premier on short final.
Looks like a 208 convention.
That's what I like to see. Hopefully when Simwork Studios gets their Kodiak released, we'll have a Kodiak convention as well.
Ooh, when's that slated for, do you know?
I don't know, but after this I have a copy of it to give away whenever they do release it.
Whoa!
And there's a tree right there.
Yeah, we get the, Junkers next week, or week after.
Yeah, that's gonna be That's gonna be pretty cool. I'm tempted to try my hand at some livery work and try to make like a shot-for-shot remake of the intro to Where Eagles Dare.
Oh, Harrison Ford. I'd have to watch that movie again.
It's a good movie.
What server are you on?
US East.
Thank you.
And we just landed at Wanakipa, AYWP, if you want to meet us here on the ground.
Well, this Normander's got like low stall speed.
Yeah, it's a pretty comparable aircraft to the Caravan. It's just the avionics are, yeah, it's a little older school.
Yep. But like you, I also run the GTN 750.
There you go. Then you can at least see the terrain that you got coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the best purchase with the Navigraph subscription. Scenery is like looking really fantastic on my monitor. I'm not in VR yet.
Yeah, this is one of those custom fields as well, and I'm really liking that they added the shack over here on the right side. Left side if you're coming in, right side if you're out. Once we're all down and taxied up to the end of the runway, we'll take off. Let's see what heading is that. It's gonna be like 3-2. Take off on 3-2. Basically go up to that mountain, and then make a 180 and come back up this valley and proceed on our course. So if we're ready to go ahead and do that, we'll go ahead and proceed.
This is amazing. I just see there's a 208 in front of me. His strobes are reflecting off of my cowling.
Nice.
That is truly uncanny.
Yeah, those little things. The other day I was in the airport in Montreal and I could see the reflection and the clouds in the windows of the airport. It was like, wow, you know.
For the most part, I have to say this sim nailed it visually, and I really look forward to all the progress they make with the SDK and all that we can do with the aircraft. I know probably PMDG is probably chomping at the bit to get their hands on some serious stuff. Ahead and start making my 180-degree turn back towards the runway. Start heading into some of the terrain that I think is probably some of the best in PNG. Is these? It's almost like a, I don't know if it's like a river formation that caused it, but there's a lot of horseshoe bends in the mountains. Lots of bare cliffs like like this off to our left in our 12 o'clock. And if you've never landed at Golgobip, you're going to learn to love that place, because that is one of the most extraordinary finals that I've ever seen out here. You're just coming into like a giant caldera. But our next stop is AYOJ, Oksatman. Its elevation is 5,162 feet. And little tidbit from Ryan on this field, since he suggested it. There's been times, because this next airport is in like a little, like a bowl-shaped valley. There are times where he's flown in, and there's supposed to be two windsocks, one at either end of the runway, and he's seen the windsock blow in different directions depending on which end of the runway. So
Might be a long runway.
it's only like 1,000 feet. It's because of the winds. So he comes in, he sees one of the windsocks at one of the end of the runway blowing in one direction. He turns around to come in on final, and the windsock's blowing in the other direction. It's just that, I guess that's just that the wind in that area just reverberates back and forth when it slips in. Really wish that the rock textures were a little bit more detailed, but I still like that cliffside off to our right. With the scattered clouds, it's kind of shrouded just a little bit. Looks really good. Pop it onto live weather real quick once I get leveled off up here at the top. See what it looks like. And I couldn't see anything, so yep, no live weather yet. What happened? I love how this opens up right here. All of these valleys. A little sun coming in on the right side over there on that hillside.
I'm about at 5:30 at night, so we're in the dark here, very dark area, and all the rest is clear. It's unbelievable. It's really nice.
You're at 5:30 a.m.?
At PM.
Should be daylight then.
Yeah, it's in the end of the day.
Across this valley, and then basically right over those ridges to our 12 o'clock. That's where the airfield is. We're going to cross over kind of a steep dive in on runway 28. elevation is 5,162 feet. Another thing I hope they can add to the SDK is the ability to create waterfalls. But I guess we need volumetric water for that. Alright, passing over the ridge, and it's basically going to be at our 12 o'clock down at the bottom of the hill, or bottom of the valley, back end of it, far back end.
Is the Islander carburetor or fuel injected turbo?
Not 100% sure on that one.
Just wondering with the mixture over 5,000 feet.
Yeah, probably can cut it back just a little bit.
Helps if you read the manual, I guess.
Yeah.
That and ask for directions.
What's the manual?
The guy that works in has worked in a machine shop asking what's a manual.
Yeah.
Just figure it out.
Yeah, you know, when you take it out of automatic mode, then it's in manual.
Yeah, that's it.
Is this a grass field?
Yep.
Clear skies smiling at me. Nothing but clear skies do I see.
If you look off to the southwest, you can see like a little gap right there. That's going to be what we fly through to get out of here.
Do we call it Dead Man's Gap?
Yeah, we call it that. Well, let's see how many of us get through it before we start giving it a name. Somebody flying in a helicopter.
I wish if you didn't have the DLC playing, you could still see it.
Yeah.
I have been losing my game internet connection repeatedly. Is that affecting anyone else?
I've not had that, but
No,
I
not today.
definitely see that being an issue.
Yeah, my internet connection is stable. I was looking at it and want to, Control Alt Delete, look at performance, and all the data was fine. But it must be something with the game. I'll have to figure out.
It's N020PD.
That is Scoopist. That's the B&B Islander.
Oh, okay, so you're taking your sweet time. Gotcha. Okay, I see the B&2 popping in now.
Are we landing down here?
Yep. I've not bought the 145, so it's very bizarre seeing this caravan flying around doing these maneuvers.
Hit the air brake, Scoopist.
Let's see, Russell. How can you get the gap? Which gap?
The one between the map and the engine instruments.
Oh, that black bar.
Yeah.
Download the JD's PMS GTN 750 and others mod.
Okay. Okay. This is just the one that was on the PMS 50 website. Okay.
And it should bring it all the way over to that to the instrument bar.
Sweet.
That Highlander's moving really slow.
Yeah,
He's
I killed
inverted.
killed the engines on landing.
Ah, inverted. Well, do you wanna lead the way back out? Or do you need a moment to set things up? I'm gonna go with silence, means everything is hunky-dory, so we'll go ahead and take up.
Don't know who you're talking to.
You gonna play Chicken Rocker? Turn 180. Well, not a full 180. We're gonna. Dang, clouds coming in the gap. Basically, we're gonna punch through those clouds right there in that little gap to our southwest. Probably going to need to climb up to about 7,500, 8,000, because there's another little ridge on the other side with this cloud bank we're going to have to cross over.
My airspeed isn't looking great.
No, I'm pushing 76 right now, indicated. Looks like about 8,000 is going to be the key.
I'm scraping trees. Next stop's going to be Ferryman, which is AYFE. Its runway elevation is 4,638.
4,638.
It's going to be a bit of a tight approach coming into Ferryman, so get ready to slow down pretty quick. welcome. We're about to land at Ferryman, AYFE, if you want to join us there. Bit of a steep climb right here, but should be able to make it through all right. Oh, that's lovely. So one of the joys of flying with scattered clouds is it still thinks it's cold enough for it to freeze. Got a light bit of ice on the windscreen.
Yep, popped up on mine too.
This little peak right here is our high point, so once we reach that, we'll be able to start descending.
Yeah, that's another thing that's amazing. You know, the icing on the windows and all the scratches, some dust on the dashboard. It's like you feel in it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I look at on top of my dashboard with my VR, it seems a bit dusty. Not all the planes, but some do.
You gotta clean your lens.
That's probably it.
I've got 2 fans in front of me that blow air on me, low velocity in VR while I'm in VR.
I know, it must be nice.
I bought the for the Quest 2, I bought the vented face shield that you can get off of Amazon, I think, and it does allow a little bit of air to get up inside the eyes and to vent yourself so you don't sweat.
Yeah, I changed the front the padding myself too. The original one was really bad.
Light ice, but nothing too bad coming through that cloud bank right there.
Oh, it's cold up here, isn't it? I got 0 degrees Celsius.
How are you, Suspect?
quite excited for the new VA system. It's gonna be great.
What are you talking about?
Russell, you want to explain?
Yeah, please do.
Sure. Although I'm pushed to talk and my key is away from my throat. Hang on a second. Yeah. So we've got a virtual airline system at the moment. It's alright. It serves a purpose. It's got like some schedulings and stuff. But we've got a new system coming in that's custom built. So it'll have a few kind of scheduled routes between some of our hubs around Papua New Guinea, and then there'll be the ability to kind of do some charter flights. So you can, from the destination you're currently at, you can pretty much create a flight for any destination you want. And then soon there'll be the ability to kind of generate a flight based on like how far you can fly on the side of the runway, that sort of stuff. All with like a flight tracker that will track the flight details and stuff. So hopefully not too long for it to be available.
Sounds
Can't
neat.
wait.
So that'll definitely increase my flying time.
Yeah, sometimes you want to go from small hubs because the time,
Yeah.
and it's hard to find one that you can go from one to another. You always have to come back to where you were, so it's gonna be much better.
There's a great little gap right here to fly through. Then we're gonna hug this right side of this mountain range up here for another mile past waypoint 14, and then we're gonna start hooking to the left to make a approach in on runway. What is that? Runway 12.
Terrain.
Jesus. Jesus. God. Woo. And I fly with crash detection on, so that would have been very disappointing.
I'm live streaming, so you'll be able to watch that again later if you want.
Oh boy.
Were you live streaming up?
What's that?
Where is it? Where are you live streaming up? I'm not sure you said it.
YouTube.
Oh, cool.
That was all because I was looking at the little nav map to try to get the the damn runway heading.
Hey, it buffed. There's your waterfall.
It's 62 knots on touchdown. Nice. I'm gonna have to start calling you the Tree Meister, what's up?
Yeah, I come in a bit fast sometimes.
There appears to be water on the runway.
You can call me Toro, like a lawnmower.
I think there's a little bit of water on the runway down at the far end.
Yeah, I was in the water.
So we'll take off from here, following a similar similar route that we did at Wanakeba, where we took off. Let's see, this will be runway 30. Take off on 30, make a 180, and come back. Basically, fly directly back over the runway. And if you look off to our, let's see what direction that'd be southeast. There's a gap right there. We'll be flying back. That'll take us over to Selbane. Should be our next stop.
Traffic.
Who's the other person who said they're live streaming?
Six-pack.
And there's someone else.
Oh, and Winnie the
Me.
Pooh.
Southeast Asia server.
U.S. East. Southeast Asia is for the second flight.
I've been loading in about 20 minutes.
You've been loading in for 20 minutes?
Yeah, I had to install the lawn tie and get the meshes and et cetera, et cetera.
I got you. Well, we're at Ferryman. How much longer do you think you got? Because Selbane's not that far either. It's like a
Get the
10-minute flight.
meshes and I'm still waiting on Microsoft.
Alright, well, Selbang is AYSO, if you want to meet us there. Like everybody's down, we'll go ahead and take off and start our trek over to Selbang.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to get to play this afternoon. The lightning chased me inside. It's weird.
You getting storms? Where you at?
I'm in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So it's just
boy.
an afternoon thing, I guess.
Well, you're not too far from me. We got some storms rolling through. Looks like I'm in Baton Rouge.
Ah, yes, I know it well.
Got some Florida people in here. Got some transplants to Germany. Got the stroopwafel over.
Canadians.
No, not Canadian.
Hey, come on.
Quebecois.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I'm Central Floridian,
Central Floridian.
Lots of Quebecois there.
just north of Orlando.
I'm Central Floridian, just south of Orlando.
Oh, where you at? Towards Kissimmee?
You know where Brooksville is?
Sure do. Brooksville's north of Orlando.
Maybe my directions are wrong.
Yeah, you're Levy, Hernando County?
Yeah.
Yep, know it well.
Somebody wasn't a Pathfinder.
Well, we established earlier that I can't read. I have a feeling I'll be scraping the trees again.
This is going to be a little bit of a tight pass coming up through here. I'm doing 10 degrees up at 100 knots right now.
Who is it that's from Florida also?
Winnie.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in VR, so I can't see anything.
I've been to Florida.
I'm sorry.
I've been to Orlando.
I'm also sorry.
Yeah, my parents live in Sanford.
Oh, okay. I know that well too. Used to do all my canine training over there.
Yeah, I'm in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania.
Beaver Falls,
That's a great
Pennsylvania.
name.
That's a fantastic name.
Sounds like a nice place.
You got a lot of beavers?
I've never seen one here.
You got falls?
That's because they all fell off.
That's a Canadian kind of town name, you know. We got Smooth Rock and Beaver.
Well, if you know who Joe Namath is, that's his hometown.
Joe Namath, yeah.
Never knew that.
I'm a Beaver Falls transplant. I actually was born and raised in Papua New Guinea.
Wow.
That's a world of difference right there.
Oh yeah.
We have an expert.
Well, I've flown a lot in PNG, but as a passenger.
Well, this is once you get over that ridge, it's going to be a steep drop. We're pretty much going to be riding the flaps all the way down. Runway elevation is 5,037 feet.
Could you give me the next airport again?
AYSO. You should see a bunch of caravans falling out of the sky trying to reach target altitude.
Boy, that sneaks up quickly.
Is AYSO that clearing we see down there?
Yep. Dade Wiggles, I don't know if you've ever told me where you're from, but if you're not from Florida, that's a shame.
I'm actually in Kentucky.
Ah. So where's the Dade come from?
Well, that's back from my party days, I guess.
Party days.
You see, I made a nice landing just for you, Bingham.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Coming in for that negative 1,000 feet per minute.
Is this you're gonna reach your goal right here?
Nosedive.
I just popped in.
I'm looking for my certified flight instructor. What's your game tag?
Tool Dog 007.
Yep, I see you. Hey, Ballas, do you fly for the VA also?
Oh, I just tried live weather. Don't do that.
Is it bad?
Oh man, the worst.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
We got it on scattered clouds. Somebody's stuck in a building over here. Come on, you can get out. I have faith in you. Just hit Y and slew out of there. All right. Well, I think we're all ready to go. Some people are going to have to take their time getting out of the houses, but we'll take off, and then it'll be a right-hand turn, eventually making it onto course 175. My flight plan erroneously has us going through that mountain range to our right. We're gonna just stay to the left, circle around this ridge here. And our next stop is gonna be Golgobit, GLP.
Is that the one that can't decide which way it wants the wind blow?
No, that was Oksatman. That's 2 stops ago. Golgobip is one of my favorites. It's basically a giant caldera.
That sounds nice.
Hey Bellis, what part of PNG did you grow up in?
I was born in Bololo, and then I went to school near Goroka. And then later I came back married, and we lived in Oziana for 3 years, and then out near Goroka, where Ryan Fran lives right now.
Similar line of work?
Yeah, same organization.
Nice.
When we were over there, Ryan was just a kid. So I remember him as a kid. He's my kid's age.
Is it for you? Is it a multi-generational thing, or is it were you the last?
Yeah, I'm the last. My kids haven't gone back. They would like to, but they haven't. But yeah, my dad went out there in 1953.
Wow.
So he lived out in the Bololo, Asiki area of the Hamte language group. I think Ryan's coming up with a video of Asiana pretty soon. That's where I lived for 3 years. It's a really steep, fun airstrip to fly into. When we lived there, it was just all 206.
Yeah, I watched that earlier. That preview looked like a fun little strip to fly into.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. You don't want to go in the afternoon. The tailwinds are pretty bad in the afternoon, and so rarely had an afternoon flight. We saw one pilot come in, almost crashed, turned around and left. Didn't even stop to get his cargo.
Runway elevation for Golgobit is 4,888. And for some reason, when I click on it, the GTN 750, it lists it as the location being Kiyunga, Liberia, which is definitely not where it's at. But I'm going to start descending down to about 5,000 feet because Golgobit is actually uphill a little bit. In fact, you can start, if you look off to our right, you can start to see the valley or the caldera opening up. And looks like sunshine on Golgobit right now. Stop at about 5,500. I've had a few instances like that too, where I've just noped myself right out of the airfield after a horrible landing. Not in real life, thank God. Should be able to see the runway here shortly. It's just going to kind of pop up through the trees. I see it.
do you have your barometric pressure set at?
Well, with scattered clouds, it's going to stay 29.92.
Gotcha.
This is a lot of fun, guys.
Glad you're enjoying.
Is it your first time with us?
I was there last week.
Just nice people here.
Yeah, it's great.
We do it every weekend. This is, I think this is like our 26th or 27th. Or more than that. One that we've done. Been doing them since 1st of April.
Okay, I'll have to do more.
Yeah. A tea emergency. Oh, that definitely is an emergency.
Oh, that's an yeah.
Is your tea okay?
Hot or cold?
You've disappointed the queen.
Yeah, you don't care about the queen.
Oh.
You say that till the queen shows up on your doorstep.
Yeah, she's gonna personally come there and tell you that you disappointed her and the whole royal family. It still blows my mind watching a 145 land, but it's like the default generic look.
Yeah, I see a bonanza.
A bonanza flying through the trees and landing vertically. I think we're all down on the ground.
You guys are at AYUP?
We are at GLP right now.
East USA.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm not showing up on the Volanta map, even though I'm logged in and everything. I don't know.
Well, I saw you at Selbang, AYSO. Volanta might call it something different. Let's see. Pop open.
No, my little airplane icon was not on the map. I'm just gonna have to load in the flight plan.
Oh yeah, it is called AYUP, but the sim calls it GLP.
Stand by, local traffic.
gonna go grab a quick cup of coffee. Alright, I'm back. That was a very quick cup of coffee.
I was gonna say that was very quick.
Well, I don't live in a massive mansion or anything, so it's just it's just about 30 steps into the kitchen.
So the already brewed coffee?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say yeah.
Just topped off the cup. Personally, I run off of Eames. So I got caffeine. Because I'm a smoker, I still run off of nicotine. Given up on methamphetamines.
I was gonna make that joke if you didn't.
I run on THC.
See, I knew that fro was a giveaway. You had something in that fro, didn't you?
Yeah, you started my joints there. It's true.
Brilliant.
The man's playing 4D chess.
Exactly. Alright, you guys ready to depart Golgabip and head to Tabobil?
Yep.
Let's
Alright.
go.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Over here banging my my rudder pedals like I'm playing a double bass or some crap. Trying to line up with those trees. Alright, we're going to swing off to the right on a course of about 300. Cut through this gap off to our west. Tabobil is at 1559 feet, and this is a almost purely mining town. There's was it the OK? Shoot. Somebody got me on that?
Oh, Teddy.
OK Teddy mine, yeah, that's what it is. That's like, I quoted it last trip. Let's see. I'll do the digging.
Don't smack the mountain in front of you.
Try not to. Yeah, this mine that we're heading up to it contributes 7.4% of the total GDP of Papua New Guinea. Just one mine. Which is a ridiculous amount of money. but I think it's a multi-purpose mine, so they do gold mining, silver, and I think copper.
Gold too, or no?
Yeah, it's gold, silver, and copper, I think. But it's an open pit mine, and if you've downloaded the most recent version of Wantock's mod, he kind of removes some of the vegetation that spawns at the bottom of the mine, so it's a little bit more detailed. He's also gone crazy fixing one of my VFR reference points at Moses Kalangan, which is Wayy. There's a river that runs right along the east approach to the runway, and there was basically I called it a water pimple. It was like a bump in the river that was very pronounced, and I actually used that as a VFR reference point for landing at that airfield. But no more.
If I hadn't pointed out, it has still been there.
But I'm totally okay with all that. That's something that this country and this island desperately needs, is a bunch of fixes for the oddball terrain. I don't expect anybody to come in and start fixing the rivers, though. That's a little bit overkill. But if you see a bump or a spike or something odd like that, point it out, pop a picture of it in the Discord, and we'll try to sort that out.
So does Wantock solely work on that, or does he have help?
Wantock's taken that upon himself to do the terrain bit. Donut is typically doing airfield stuff. And I think that's the only two that we have working on the terrain.
Wantock works crazy fast.
Yeah, he's definitely dedicated to it. Hopefully the SDK is functioning properly for him.
Six-pack, I got a question for you. So we kind of determined that Cessna 170 livery was not going to happen. Yeah. It's a shame.
That was an amusing stream right there, watching you struggle to paint that damn thing.
I thought I was doing something just really stupid, but since Six-Pack was having the same issue, I feel a little better about it, but it's disappointing because I was so close to having it done. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure either, to be honest. Yeah, so what it looked like on my end was looking at the UV map, parts of the fuselage were overlapping other parts. The good news is I can do the Husky livery.
So did Beglam disappear for everybody else?
Yes.
No, I see him. He's up there. He's way up.
I made a mistake. Well,
Don't worry, we all do.
an animal forced my mistake. I'll say that much. I had a dog jump up in my lap, pushed my elbow up, arm forward, nose dive, overspeed, crash.
So the one time it wasn't behind you, you hit the terrain.
Pretty much. I really should remember to do that before fly-ins, but I'm just so used to it, man. I feel like I'm letting myself down if I don't. Now that I'm the last one to land, everybody's gonna be judging me.
I can get a glory shot of you for the stream.
Now it's your turn.
That's my turn.
I had to completely restart.
We're landing at AYTB.
Oh, I don't even have a peep out of Flight Simulator yet. I just got the initial black screen. Now it says Xbox games. If that gives you any indication how long it takes to load on this machine.
You got it on a solid state drive or on a mechanical drive?
Oh. This machine rates UFO on user benchmark. It's because there's a lot of memory in it. It's got 64 gig. It's a development machine, so it's got oomph. I think it's one of the fastest NVMEs that was available on this one.
It does load slow though. It's normally about a almost 5 or 10 minute process. Maybe closer to 5 for me launching into the sim.
Yeah, so when I reinstalled Volanta, it said you need SimConnect, which is crazy because I use that all the time. So I let it install a new SimConnect and it still can't see the simulator.
It's pretty odd.
I just missed your touchdown. Redo it.
Okay.
Well, I have to leave, so it was nice flying with you guys. See you next week. No, I'm working next week. Might see you at the end of the flight. Take care. Bye.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Good seeing you, Wazo. I didn't think you were actually going to do it.
Instead of flying all the way down the runway, I'm just going to make a loop and come back in on, let's see, what is that, 1-4?
Alright, I'm watching you.
There. Oh, we'll float. And
The
down.
bounce to wake the passengers up.
Yep, we're here.
beautiful.
Hey, congrats. Conville won a prize.
Whoa,
Nice.
really? Hey, thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Anything that's Orbix made in the Orbix catalog is up for grabs.
Oh, cool. I really appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. You guys ready to take off? Alright. Gonna be playing chicken with you guys. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm back.
What airport are you coming into?
We just left AYT.
Bravo.
AYTB. Yeah.
Roger that.
What do you think a ticket to PNG costs from the States?
Probably about 1,500. You're gonna make a lot of stops because I don't think there's any direct flights, so you're going to be flying from wherever you are in the States to LA, and then LA to probably Sydney or Cairns.
Usually Sydney or Brisbane.
And then up to Port Moresby, and then from there, wherever you get a charter flight from, or two. I think Air Niugini flies a regular route from Moresby to Mount Hagen, though.
You can also go via Singapore. That's another way we've gone.
Is that, do you fly into Indonesia, or do you pass over Indonesia?
I just pass over Indonesia from like Chicago to Singapore, and then Singapore to Port Moresby.
That's a hell of a flight.
It's a long one. We usually would fly LA, Brisbane, or LA, Sydney. The LA, Sydney is like a 14-hour flight.
Unfortunately, it's not modeled all that well, but you can kind of see where a waterfall should be right there. We're going to fly basically right up over that waterfall.
Well, I tried to look for a flight, and it came up with no scheduled flight, so it might be easier to get a flight to Australia and then try to get something from there.
I'm not sure if they've opened up fully.
I don't think Australia's open.
Oh, that's right. We're the pandemic thing. I forgot about that.
People I know are going through Singapore.
It's pretty easy to forget about that. It's just become part of our lives now.
Yeah, exactly. Am I in front of everybody? Because I'm just seeing.
Yep. Well, the Islander. Scoopist, are you there? I think you might just be flying on autopilot the route, because you flew over Munbil, I'm pretty sure.
He might have had a T emergency.
Yeah, you may have. Schneepel. Is he not in voice?
I thought it was Shiny Apple.
Shiny apple. There we go. Yeah. way around this little mountain here. We're going to start climbing. We're going to be going through the mountains. It's a small gap, but it's not a very big gap. Fluid control to normal. Being at 7,800 feet and looking out to your right side, seeing trees. It's a bit unusual.
Crossing over that mountain range into WAV-G, that's what it felt like.
Yeah, that is a tense little trip right there. First time in.
Yeah, I'd never flown that, and I did it in the BN2, and it was just like mountains in my face the whole time.
Have you flown south from there?
From WAV-G?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
That's where you get into the big mountains. They're pretty much on par with the Alps over there.
I came in from the south, actually.
Okay, yeah, then you flew over those massive mountains.
Yeah, 13,500 feet, still scraping trees.
There's a lot of portions of those mountains over there where it's well above the tree line, and it's almost like this moonscape up there where there's not a tree in sight. A lot of looks like almost glacial activity, but it's used to. There was quite a bit of snow-capped mountains in Papua New Guinea. That's over time started to draw up.
I'll have to hop over there, see if I can find that.
There's a massive mine over there just by Puncak Jaya. You should be able to see that on the low nav map or something. I think somebody even produced a little airstrip for that mine up in there.
Is there a plane that's most recommended for flying through there?
208, TBM 930, both of those handle pretty well. The King Air would do it, but the King Airs, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of runways you can actually get a King Air into comfortably.
Does it require a long airstrip?
Yeah, it's a little bit longer of an airstrip needed. You can squeeze it into probably about 1,500 feet, but to be comfortable, you need probably about 2,000, 2,500. Is that what our mark is? Passing 11-1. be all downhill from waypoint 51.
Well, that opens up nicely.
Hey Brian, did you ever hook up with Blue Star?
Blue Star.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I kind of spend a little time in the on-air Discord, so I know that he was talking a lot, or Rupert's been talking a lot.
Okay. I'll go check it out then after this.
Blue Star's a pretty cool group of guys. They fly the big jets. That was never something I was all that into.
Oh yeah, I think I did now. Now I do remember. Yeah, they fly jets. Yeah, I'm not into that either.
What's the next stop?
It is. Yep. And
What's
it's
the landing heading on that?
Landing heading is going to be 12.
Thank you.
And I'm too high.
You guys all flying the 208 with the mod, right?
Yeah. Well, I am flying with the mod. I like the mod because there's another mod that works well with it, which is the enunciations fix. I like having that the ability to have audible warning, even though it's disappointed me so far today. Which is why Winnie the Pooh is now my toss.
Your personal toss.
I'm dead. I'm gone. That was me, guys. I'll see you in about two minutes.
Hey, Bingham, Convol here. Hey, Bingham, Convol here. While you're reloading, go check the Discord conversation between us, if you would, please, sir.
Sure thing.
I'm liking the select tool, dog. Nicely done.
Thank you. Okay for not having flown fixed wing in a couple months. I tend to do the circling altitude, so I fly high till I find the airport because I've never seen it before, and then I'll circle to dump the altitude until I get down to a point that I can slip in. That don't always work. I crashed a couple of months ago trying to do that.
I crashed a few moments ago trying to do that. Got egg on my face over here.
Well, my Discord handle is not your CFI for no reason.
Everybody good? Everybody on the ground?
Just loading in.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Launch up on runway 30 start, and we'll hold out for a couple more moments. We're literally at the last 15 miles of the trip. We just gotta take off, hang right, follow this valley out. It's gonna split, and we're gonna take the right fork up to Munbil.
What's the airport elevation?
For Munbil, it's grab that roll.
3147.
Yeah, that's for me in the sim. It's calling it 3212. I guess it depends on, because it is a sloped runway. I guess it depends on where they've decided to pick the point. 3147. I'd probably err towards that though, because that's probably closer to the touchdown.
And what's your barometric pressure set at?
Considering the live weather stinks right now, we're flying with scattered clouds, so it's just the default 29.92.
Okay, that's what I thought.
We're taking off. All right. I want to shoot right. Looks like there's a gap right there. Back briefly on the concept of prizes. I still have 5 prizes that I have to give away for for the donors, people who've donated to the event, or for the solar panels, I should say. Anybody, who all in here has donated?
Yeah, I did.
All right, I'm thinking that it's probably going to be easiest to basically send that through. If I send a thank you through GoFundMe, I'm pretty sure that's going to show up in your email. That might be the easiest way, because I don't think everybody put their Discord in there, and I want it to be as fair as possible.
What's the landing heading?
Landing heading for Munbil is 18. It's right there off on the right. This hill on our left is what Ryan calls out as his committed point. It's this hill right off to our left. Montauk did a pretty good job. It's got the cones up.
Just isn't my day.
Yeah, this looks really good. Rocket just dodged those trees inverted.
That's the new community center. I hope he does.
The floating tree that's out of focus right behind me is kind of unusual.
Well guys, welcome to Munbil. This right here is what this whole thing was for. The people here in this community will have lights on their community center through the generosity of you guys. So thank you all for participating. Thank you all for your donations. I certainly hope that not too far in the distant future we'll be able to do something like this again.
Thank you.
Thanks for putting it together.
Yeah, that was
I was
great.
hoping we were going to get to go for real. Yeah, help
Yeah.
build it and all that. I enjoyed it, guys. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all for attending. Thank you for everything. Thank you all for making Bush Divers great. I really do appreciate that. And I will talk to you all later.
Yeah, have a good one.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.